So, as some of you might or might not know, English isn't my first language, so I tend to fuck up a lot. And since TNA is quite boring these days, I've decided let's challenge myself. I'm not gonna count, but you can count if you want to, how many times I speak incorrectly during this video. But other than that, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Let's get into what happened with TNA tonight. The show starts with Mike Santana coming out, and he basically says that he had the world in his hands and then it got taken away from him, and now that makes him want it so much more. He says that he went to an AA meeting to find himself before he did something bad, and that the reason he even showed up at the pay-per-view was because the fans paid their hard-earned money to see that, and he promises that not only is he going to take back the TNA World Championship, he's gonna beat the shit out of every NXT invader there is. I really like this promo. I think it was very well done, and not only that, I feel like it really establishes him as a babyface. Like I said, I'm enjoying the whole thing they're doing right now. I just think they pulled the trigger way too early. If Mike Santana had a 3 or 4 month title reign and then Kazarian took it, this would be an interesting story. And that's what I'm looking at now. It is interesting, it just has this cloud over it where it's like, man, this really sucks that we didn't even get to see him defend the championship once properly. It's just horrible. But the promo is really good. I love that we have established Mike Santana as the babyface. I do hope he takes the belt soon, but let's talk about what happened next. Backstage, Santino is on a call saying he's going to continue investigating Kazarian. Kazarian walks up and he says that Santino saw that even the NXT guys, they attacked him too, and that's when JDC walks up and JDC and Kazarian get into a scramble, which leads to Santino setting up a match where if JDC defeats Eric Young, JDC gets a world title shot. And it just made me realize that a month ago, the world title scene was Trick Williams and Mike Santana. Now the world title scene is Kazarian and JDC. Because JDC wins that match, that's just what I'm saying. So JDC is the next number 1 contender against Kazarian. We're going to talk about that match in the main event. It's just really funny how far we've dropped. The next match is Dani Luna versus Indy Hartwell versus Myla Grace versus Rosemary. Rosemary making her once a month appearance like she always does. Like seriously, go check out. She appears once a month and then nothing else. But it is a fun little match. I liked it. Rosemary attempts to cheat, but Myla Grace intercepts and throws into the steel post. This allows Dani Luna to pick up the chain, hit Indy Hartwell with it, and pick up the victory. We get 2 4-woman matches tonight where each winner will face each other next week, I believe, and that winner will challenge for the Knockouts Championship. So Dani Luna versus Indy Hartwell is just a feud that's never going to end. Again, I like it, but what was the point in having Indy Hartwell pick up a victory over Dani Luna if we're just going to do this tonight? It feels like they're not sure where they wanted to go, but this was a fun match. I did enjoy seeing it. I think we should just have Rosemary back in the women's division. She adds a lot to it, and similarly, I said a long time ago, Myla Grace and Harley Hudson should be singles wrestlers, but a lot of people said no, they should be a tag team, and I was so against it, but I conceded it because everyone was against me. I think it proves right because the tag team division isn't doing anything right now, and they would be a lot better as singles competitors. The second match though is Xia Brookside, Killer Kelly, who is returning. Haven't seen her in a while. She should also return, just like Rosemary. And then you also have Jody Threat and Victoria Crawford. Xia Brookside picks up the victory during this match, which I think is an amazing decision. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but okay, this technically is a spoiler. Skip 20 seconds if you don't want a spoiler. So I believe Laying Lee won the Knockouts Championship at Gold Rush. So I want Xia Brookside to win because I feel like that could be a very interesting storyline of the 2 partners challenging each other. So yeah, Xia Brookside wins this match. Very happy about that. I do also like these matches. Both matches were really good. I'm excited for Dani Luna versus Xia Brookside next week or the week after. I'm not sure. Either or, doesn't matter. It's going to be a really great match. And like I said, I hope Xia Brookside wins. I feel like there could be some intense, cool storylines there. Furthermore, we have a match between Matt Cardona and Mans Warner. Mans Warner picks up the victory after also cheating. Apparently this match is fallout from Bound for Glory in the Call Your Shot Gauntlet Cup. I mean, that was like what, a month and a half ago. People aren't remembering what happened there. This match was really just to set up a hardcore match because afterwards Matt Cardona said that he's the king of hardcore matches, or yeah, something like that, and he challenges Mans Warner to a hardcore match. So we're getting that. This match was really just set up for that. I mean, we could have done a promo. It would have been more effective for storytelling, or just a backstage segment. Regardless, you know, I'm excited for this. I feel like they did well. Mans Warner picking up the victory right after Matt Cardona was on SmackDown and has all the momentum of being Zack Ryder on a major show. think it probably helps Mans Warner even a tiny bit. I feel like there's a few people who now know his name more, or who might be looking up Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona, see what he's doing now and see him losing to Mans Warner. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too deep into that. We also go backstage where the NXT crew are all together saying they're going to invade TNA. Again, you guys know how I feel about these guys. I like the idea of this storyline, but the fact that it's just a bunch of NXT jobbers really doesn't make me feel confident about anything. It makes, like I've said before, like I don't think TNA was made to look weak during this partnership, but this kind of makes me feel like they're making TNA look weak. I mean, I get it, there's strength in numbers, but come on, really? Lexus King, Robert Stone, the High Rise? I'm not feeling it. We then have John Skyler of the Order 4 defeating Myron Reed. We do see during this match that Agent Zero and the rest of the Order 4 did attack to the rest of the Rascals backstage. This distract Myron Reed temporarily, allowed John Skyler to pick up the victory. So I am pretty excited for a feud between the Order 4 and the Rascals, especially if the feud leads to us getting Desmond Xavier versus Mustafa Ali, which would be an absolute banger of a match that I am extremely hyped for, which I do hope we get. But yeah, overall, you know, yeah, I'm hyped for this. I don't know, I think I was trying to say that I'm not too excited for that, but that's an absolute lie. I am excited for this. Just a few segments backstage now. AJ Francis is scolding Rich Swann for not only losing his X Division Championship match, but shaking hands with Leon Slater afterwards. That's when Leon Slater walks up and he and AJ Francis have a back and forth. This is essentially setting up our next X Division Championship feud, which I am very happy about. I have been wishing for AJ Francis, to be pushed for like a long time now, because I do feel like he's done some impressive work. So a feud with Leon Slater seems really good. I feel like it's not only going to be an interesting clash of styles, not only that, it's another big feud for Leon Slater. I feel like it's better. It feels like we're finally going to get another storyline for him instead of just being like, hey, here's Rich Swann in one backstage segment, fight him. I feel like this potentially sets up a long-term storyline for that. And in hindsight, it makes the Rich Swann thing a lot better because it progresses this story. We'll just have to see if this story is good or not. We also have a new knockout being introduced, which is Jada Stone. Don't know much about her. She does look cool. I'm excited to see more of her again. The Knockouts division getting more and more talent. I'm just very happy with that. It makes me extremely happy. We also get the first Mr. by Elegance contest, and it seems like one of these guys might have impressed her, but it was very funny. Ash by Elegance hooked up with one of the guys, and the other guys tried to pity them into choosing him, and then they didn't choose him at all. They just laughed at him. It was funny. I am enjoying this. I'm really curious as to who they're going to choose. I wonder if it's going to be a new wrestler, like someone we don't know at all, like Jada Stone. Maybe you knew about her, but I don't know about her. Or maybe it's going to be like an established star. Someone said Killer Cross maybe, and that would be funny. I would enjoy it just for the weirdness of it. But I don't know, I'm intrigued by it. And then in the main event, JDC defeats Eric Young. Poor Eric Young. I always feel like his storyline of the cleansing is so interesting, but they keep smothering it that it's harder and harder to keep myself interested in it. JDC wins. I don't mind it, right? Hear me out. I don't think it should have been for the World Championship. I feel like JDC, who is about to retire, having one last feud for a championship could be pretty nice if it was for the International Championship. If it was for the X Division Championship. For the World Championship, I'm not so sure about that, but okay, it's gonna happen. I am intrigued by it. There's a lot of storyline going on with him. He's apparently going to help find a new member for the system, which I'm excited about, and he's gonna have one last title shot. Again, I am interested in the storyline. I'm just unsure of it being for the World Championship. So that's TNA Future. Now, honestly, it wasn't a bad show. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. It was a fairly good show. TNA just isn't on a roll right now, and it's harder and harder to keep invested in them. I feel like this show overall was a step in the right direction. I can't complain about too much because I feel like a lot of what happened does have me interested if it wasn't for this big dark cloud above TNA at the moment. So yeah, a 7.5 seems interesting. It was a fine show. I liked it. I was entertained. I hope they keep getting better because although this wasn't a perfect show, there was a lot I liked about it. So if it can keep getting better and better, that would be amazing. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe. I cover NXT, TNA, and Evolves every single week, along with a podcast with PUWF where we talk about Evolve for about 2 hours. That happens on Thursday nights or Sunday nights. This week, it's on a Sunday night. So you should check that out. Leave a like, subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Love you guys.